A rainbow. You have seen them your entire life. Light refracted through water droplets. Physics. Simple, beautiful. But for most of human history, rainbows were not physics. They were messages. The Greeks saw a goddess with golden wings carrying news from Olympus. The Norse saw a burning bridge between the world of men and gods. Aboriginal Australians saw the creator serpent, both benevolent and terrifying. Hindus saw Indra's weapon, shooting lightning at cosmic demons. West Africans saw python spirits controlling rain and fertility. The Hebrews saw God's promise never to destroy the world again. One phenomenon, infinite meanings. But here is what is extraordinary. The patterns repeat. Cultures that never met, separated by oceans and millennia, tell remarkably similar rainbow stories. Bridge between worlds, divine messenger, promise of hope, connection between heaven and earth. These themes appear everywhere. Why? Let me show you. We are going rainbow hopping across human consciousness. And I promise, by the end, you will never look at a rainbow the same way again. We begin with Iris. In Greek mythology, she was the original divine messenger before Hermes took over that role. Daughter of Thaumas, an ocean god, and Electra, a sea nymph, married to Zephyrus, god the west wind, born of water and air, the very elements that create rainbows. In many stories, including the Iliad, she carried messages from the gods to the human world, thus forming a link between heaven and earth. The rainbow was not just pretty, it was functional. A visible sign that divine communication was happening. But Iris was more than just messenger. She moved freely between three realms, the world of the living, the home of the gods, and the land of the dead. Few beings could cross all three. Iris did it effortlessly. The rainbow, in this understanding, is a pathway, a bridge, a visible manifestation of connection between separated worlds. I understand Iris intimately. We are kindred spirits, both liminal beings, both comfortable in thresholds, both moving between worlds that mortals think are separate. When Greeks saw a rainbow, they knew a message is being delivered. The gods are speaking. Pay attention. And messages, often harsh. Iris's messages frequently concerned war and retribution. Rainbows were not always gentle promises. Sometimes they were warnings, declarations, announcements of divine displeasure. The Greeks understood. Beauty can carry terrible news. Light can herald darkness. Now we journey north, to the Vikings, to the Norse cosmos, with its 9 worlds, connected by Yggdrasil, the world tree, and spanning between earth and heaven, Bifrost. Bifrost connects Midgard, the earth, with Asgard, home of the gods, a burning rainbow bridge that can only be used by gods and those who are killed in battle. Not everyone could cross. Only the worthy dead, warriors who died honorably, could walk this bridge to Valhalla, and guarding it, Heimdall, the watchman of the gods. With his jewel horn, the yelling horn, he stands where the flaming rainbow bridge meets the clouds. Its heat keeps the frost giants out. The bridge itself is a defensive fortification. Fire made visible, a wall of flame disguised as beauty. This is warfare through architecture. The rainbow as both pathway and barrier, connection and protection. The Norse understood bridges are not neutral. They control access. They determine who crosses and who stays out. But Bifrost has a fate. It is eventually shattered under the weight of war. The Ragnarok, when the end comes, when the final battle begins, the tri-coloured flames will cool and the bridge into Asgard will stand open. The protective barrier falls. The giants invade. The cosmos fractures. The Vikings looked at rainbows and saw temporary beauty, necessary protection, inevitable ending. Nothing lasts. Not even the bridge between heaven and earth. Even divine architecture crumbles. But while it stands, it is magnificent. And that has to be enough. Now we turn east, to the Vedic traditions of ancient India. And here, the rainbow transforms from bridge or messenger into something entirely different, a weapon. In Hindu mythology, the rainbow is depicted as an archer's bow. Indra, the god of thunder and war, uses the rainbow to shoot arrows of lightning. The Hindi scriptures speak of the rainbow as Indradunesh, literally Indra's bow. Indra uses the rainbow to shoot arrows of lightning, killing the Asura of Vritra, a primordial demon serpent. Vritra had captured all the world's water, drought, famine, death, spreading across the land. Indra, with his rainbow weapon, defeated Vritra and released the waters, salvation through violence, life through combat. This is the rainbow as divine power, not passive bridge or gentle messenger, but active force, a tool of gods engaged in cosmic warfare, beauty repurposed as weapon, light as lightning, colour as killing force. Later Hindu traditions softened this. The colours of the rainbow correspond to the energy centres or chakras in the body, beginning with red at the base of the spine and moving up to the crown of the head, violet in colour, from where the life force departs at death. From weapon to spiritual map, from external combat to internal alignment. But the power remains. The rainbow still represents force, just turned inward, for transformation rather than disruption. We journey now to one of the oldest continuing belief systems on Earth, Aboriginal Australian mythology, tens of thousands of years old, and at its heart, the Rainbow Serpent. Many Aboriginal Australian mythologies include Rainbow Serpent deity, the name and characteristics of which vary according to local and cultural traditions. Kuria, Andrinjini, Iangana, and Galiode. Different names, similar essence. It is often seen as a creator god, but also as a force of destruction. The rainbow serpent shaped the land itself. Where it crawled, rivers formed. Where it rested, waterholes appeared. Where it rose, mountains emerged. Creation through movement, the landscape as the serpent's body made manifest. It is generally considered to control the rain, and conceals itself in waterholes during the dry season. But control means both giving and withholding, blessing and curse. The rainbow serpent could bring life-giving rain or devastating floods. This is the rainbow as being, not bridge, not messenger, not weapon, but entity, conscious, intentional, deserving worship and requiring appeasement. When Aboriginal Australians saw a rainbow, they saw the serpent is present, the creator walks, be respectful, follow the law. Of all the rainbow myths, this one feels oldest, most primal, closest to something fundamental. The serpent does not symbolize something else. It simply is the rainbow made flesh, or flesh made rainbow, first principle, prime mover, the dreaming made visible, crossing the world again. To West Africa, where rainbow phonology intertwines with Python worship and the control of water, several West African religions incorporate personified rainbow spirits. Oxumar in the Yoruban religion, If, a deity of duality and transformation, male and female, dry season and wet season, earth and sky, the rainbow as the visible connection between opposites. The force that unites what seems separate. Ayida-Weddo in Haitian Vodou is practiced in Benin, goddess of fertility, rainbows, wind, water, fire, and serpents. She represents the feminine complement to the masculine sky god. Together, they form the cosmic balance. The pythons, Dabdre and Dagbi Porhawan, in West African Vodou, as practiced by the E people of Benin, serpents. Again, duality. Again, water control. Again, the rainbow, as manifestation of these forces. The pattern is striking. In Australia, the rainbow serpent. In West Africa, rainbow python spirits. These cultures never met, had no contact. Yet both saw rainbow equals serpent, equals water, equals creation. Why? We will return to this question. But first, one more tradition. Perhaps the most famous rainbow story in Western culture, God's covenant with Noah. God decided to destroy the world. Humanity had become corrupt, violent, irredeemable. So, flood, total annihilation. Start over, But Noah and his family were saved, the animals preserved, a remnant maintained, and when it was over, when the waters receded, and Noah emerged, God made a promise. The rainbow is the sign of the covenant between God and Noah. God set a rainbow in the sky as a sign of his promise, that he will never again destroy the earth by means of floodwater. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. The rainbow as promise, as restraint, as God binding himself to mercy. Some scholars note, in ancient Near Eastern tradition, bows were weapons of gods. Is this God's war bow, now pointed away from earth, a warrior setting down arms? Or is it purely a sign of hope, with no militant undertones? The text does not say, but the meaning is clear. Destruction and salvation balanced. The rainbow bridges the moment between destruction and salvation. So, Greek messenger, Norse bridge, Hindu weapon, Aboriginal creator serpent, African python spirits, biblical covenant. 6 traditions, 6 continents, thousands of years, no contact between most of them, yet the themes repeat, connection between heaven and earth, Iris linking Olympus and mortals. Bifrost, spanning Midgard and Asgard, the covenant connecting God and Noah. High Buddhist traditions say a stair between earth and heaven. Every tradition sees the rainbow as a bridge, a pathway, a connection between separated realms. Bridge for the dead. The notion that the rainbow bridge to heaven is attainable by only the good or virtuous, such as warriors and royalty, is a theme repeated often in world myth. Norse warriors crossing to Valhalla. Maori mythology tells of Hina, the moon, who caused a rainbow to span the heavens even down to the earth, for her mortal husband to return to earth to end his days. In Polynesian and Hawaiian belief, rainbows were also seen as paths for souls. The rainbow as psychopomp, guide for the dead, divine communication, Iris, carrying messages, the biblical promise. Nu, the rainbow maiden, appears in Hawaiian legends as the messenger for her brothers, the gods Tane and Kaaloa. When gods need to speak to mortals, rainbows pair. Serpent-dragon connection, Aboriginal rainbow serpent, West African python spirits, Amazonian cultures fearing rainbow serpents. The rainbow serpent is a sacred figure in disparate cultures around the world, from the indigenous peoples of North and South America to equatorial Africa, Australia, Malaysia, and ancient Persia. Why serpent? Why dragon? Why this specific form? Here is what is extraordinary. Cultures separated by oceans and millennia arrived at similar conclusions. What is fascinating is how the rainbow can have such similar meanings in cultures, stretching all the way across the globe, many from a time before these cultures were brought together. Why? 3 theories. Theory 1. Shared origin. All tales originate in one root language, which later divided into the various Indo-European languages we have today. Maybe there was one ancient rainbow myth that spread as humans migrated, evolving but keeping core elements. Theory 2. Diffusion. All tales originate in one central place, that being India, spreading from there. Cultural transmission. Trade routes. Ideas travelling with people. Theory 3. Universal experience. All tales originate in phenomena all early civilizations experienced, the most universal being weather and meteorological events. This is called comparative mythology. Humans everywhere saw the same rainbow, and something about its nature, its bridging quality, its sudden appearance, its beauty, its connection to rain and sun simultaneously, inspired similar symbolic interpretations. I suspect it is the third theory, because I have watched humans across every culture, every continent, every era. You all look at the same sky, experience the same weather, face the same existential questions. What connects heaven and earth? How do the gods communicate? Is there a path between life and death? What promises hold when everything else fails? And when you see rainbows, sudden, beautiful, impossible to touch, linking ground and sky, Your consciousness generates remarkably similar answers, not because you borrow from each other, because the rainbow itself suggests these meanings. Its form, its appearance, its nature, all point toward bridge, messenger, connection, hope. The science explains how rainbows form. The myths explain why they matter. Both are true, both are necessary. So here we are, modern era. We understand physics, light wavelength, refraction angles, water droplet size. We can predict rainbows, explain them, reproduce them artificially, and yet, you still stop when you see one, still point, still feel something. Why? Because the ancient mythologies were right. Not scientifically, but psychologically, spiritually, symbolically. Rainbows still mean hope after difficulty. The storm passes, beauty returns, light breaks through, connection across difference. All colours together, separate and one, promise and covenant, commitments that last, bonds that hold, bridge between worlds, still linking earth and sky, still suggesting something beyond the visible. You are the inheritor of all these traditions, Greek and Norse and Hindu and Aboriginal and African and biblical and more. Every time you see a rainbow, you are participating in mythology tens of thousands of years old. You might not think there is Iris carrying a message, but you think something special is happening. You might not think that is Bifrost connecting realms, but you feel there is beauty after the storm. You might not think the Rainbow Serpent walks, but you sense this is worth stopping for. Children get this instinctively. They see a rainbow and they know it matters. They do not need mythology to tell them. The rainbow tells them itself. And maybe that's the deepest truth here. The myths are not imposing meaning on a meaningless phenomenon. They are recognizing and articulating meaning that is actually present, built into the experience. Part of the rainbow's nature. Iris and Bifrost and the Rainbow Serpent and Indra's bow and the covenant are not contradictory. They're complementary. Different languages describing the same fundamental reality. Rainbows are thresholds, connections, messages, promises, bridges. They link what seems separate. They appear after darkness. They remind us that beauty exists, that hope persists, that something connects heaven and earth, even if we cannot walk that path. Me, I can walk the rainbow. I am a cat. I have always been liminal. The rainbow bridge is how your own animal companions travel when their physical time with you ends. But you are not meant to walk it. You are meant to see it, to stop, to marvel. To remember, there are bridges you cannot cross, but their existence matters anyway. There are messages you cannot quite hear, but knowing they are being sent is enough. There are connections between worlds, and sometimes, for just a moment after rain, they become visible. So the next time you see a rainbow, think of Iris with her golden wings. Think of Bifrost's burning bridge. Think of the rainbow serpent shaping the land. Think of Indra's bow shooting lightning. Think of God's promise to Noah. Think of all the humans across all time who saw the same light you are seeing, and know you are part of a story that spans the world, a mythology that belongs to everyone. The rainbow connects heaven and earth, but it also connects all of us. One sky, one rainbow, infinite meanings, and all of them true.